It is finally time for the King's Review. Welcome to my review of Transformers Studio Series 86 number 6, Leader Class Grimlock and Wheelie. And my goodness, what a figure this is! Finally, it's time for Grimlock. We still have 2 more Dinobots to do after this. They will probably be done next year, but I'm not making any promises. But it is time for the King. So let's bring the King in closer here so we can focus on that beautiful head sculpt with the nice blue visor that he has. The nice protection here for the Autobot symbol. Very proud, I guess, of that. I don't know if you can remove that. You probably can. If you can remove that, comment it down below, but I'm not going to show that off. But you got the nice gold chest, the nice red underpants. You got the nice big arms. You got the Dinobot basically hanging off the back. But Grimlock Grimlock ain't got no kibble. Because kibble is something that the Dinobots are immune to. The only figures, actually, where you officially have no right to complain about kibble. That's only the Dinobots, even if it is actual kibble. Let's go down to his legs and look at these big stompers. Look at how big they are. You got the nice blue here at the top, then red and then green. Very nice. Man, what a good looking figure it is. This is the back of his meaty stompers. But this is a very, very good figure. Looks imposing, looks threatening, and looks fantastic. And I love this figure's design. Let's look at what I don't like about this figure. Because instead of coming with his sword, he comes with this thing called Wheelie. Which, afterwards, they release this thing, which is Wheelie. I don't know why. Now, I initially wouldn't have had a problem with this thing if this thing had articulation. Because he's just basically stuck in a pose like this. Because there's no elbow joint to get his arm straight. There's no leg joints to get his leg straight. Also, size comparison. But there's nothing here. It's just stuck in a pose like this. And he does come with the tiniest weapon, which you actually can remove, which I wish you couldn't because of the fact that that is very dangerous. It's something easy to lose, and if you have kids or a dog, they could potentially swallow it, so be very careful with that. But overall, it is a nice looking wheelie, but that's also because this thing doesn't need to transform. So the other wheelie that we got in the core class does need to transform. So let's do a little size comparison here with the 2 of them. So here they are together, and well, look at this bunch of kibble kind of thingy. It's got because he needs to transform, no kibble at all. However, this thing is still way more worthless than this thing. And if you want to attach him to Grimlock, if you look up here, you have 2 holes, and he's got a post right at the bottom of this leg that you can just plug him in like so. Straighten him out a bit, and there he is, sitting on top of Grimlock's shoulder. I like that thing. I really wish that he just came with his sword instead of that stupid thing. I really wish they just chucked this idea into the bin, especially because of the fact that we got a wheelie afterwards. Very annoying. So let's move into the actual accessory that he comes with. Now, this Grimlock is a little bit used, so sadly enough, he has a small issue. But he comes with a big, beefy gun. Very nice looking gun. However, if you can see right here, get out of here. You're taking up all the focus, Grimlock. Sorry for disrespecting you. Please don't hurt me, but there you go. But as you can see right here, the front is a little bit broken. That was not my fault. It came like this. I knew it was broken like that, but this was also the cheapest Grimlock that I could find, and I swear he still cost me 150. But this is the cheapest one that I could find for a Studio Series Grimlock. And I know it's broken, but afterwards they had a non-broken one, and that one was about 200, so I I saved myself 50 bucks. I hate the Transformers aftermarket. It's ridiculous. I mean, Slug was a reissue, so that's why I was able to get that guy cheaper, but man. But overall, it is still a very nice looking gun. Let's bring Grimlock back into play so we can attach this to his gun to him. And there you go. Now he can shoot. But that's not all, because also here we got a big red sword. And thanks to Swoop, he can now also swing this beefy boy around. There you go, look at that, fantastic. Grimlock is almost complete, all he needs is his crown. But I'm not buying the comic edition, so he will never have his crown. But overall, he looks really, really, really good with his sword and his gun in hand. So let's get these out of the way so we can get into that articulation segment. So for articulation segment, his head can rotate all the way around. You also have a little bit of up and down and also some side to side action as well. If you move this out of the way, you can get a full, Grimlock. Now, that was not supposed to happen, my friend. Alright, let's hold this down. Let's do it right this time. He has a full rotation in his arm, in and out. A rotation here. This is clicked in, but you can untab it. And then he has a bend at the elbow that goes about that far. And if you move his toe around, you can get... you can't really get much further, but that a wee bit. Also, is under this, I don't know, heel also rotates, and his hand can rotate as well. Then he has a waist rotation. His legs can go forward about that far, backwards about that far. Moving his arm out of the way, they can go in and out. He has a rotation here, a bend. Oh, that's also not what's supposed to happen, but a bend at the knee, softly ratcheted, and then ankle tilt, and no forward and back on his feet. So he has a bunch of articulation. Some of it is just a little bit too tight, so that he will untab sometimes. But he is one good looking figure. So, what is a leader without troops? Let's get the boys in here, shall we? It's the boys, the Dino boys. They're all of them completely together. Fantastic. Look at them. Oh, they look so good together. And I still don't like you at all. You are the worst of them all. Your knees are way too loose and you have soft plastic. I don't like you, but we'll get into that when we get into that. Let's bring in some more boys because we also have at the moment, the only current leader of the Autobots that I have. Maybe by this point I will have 86 Optimus Prime, who will get his own segment afterwards. And let's get Ratchet and Wheeljack into this as well, because I'm recording the 3 Dinobots on the same day, because that for video production makes it easier. But let's bring in the creators of the Dinobots as well, Ratchet and Wheeljack, and then finally I guess we can bring in Wheelie as well. And why not bring this guy in here as well? And then if I get the 86 Commander Class Optimus Prime, you will get that segment after this before we go into the final thoughts. So let's move these guys out of the way. And then for the final size comparison, because I didn't own this guy when I initially recorded the review for Grimlock, here we have Commander Class Optimus Prime, the leaders themselves, and also I think the only one who has ever officially gained the respect of Grimlock, which is a very high honor to have. Very much so. So here he is with Commander Class 86 Optimus Prime. Let's bring him in closer. Rotate the camera down a little bit. And let's move straight into that transformation. Me Grimlock transforms. So what you want to start off with is you want to take the hands and rotate them. Untap them and rotate them in. Untap it and rotate it in. Like so. Then you want to undo his dino head from right in here. And lift it up. Just leave it there for now. We'll deal with that as we go. Let's move the camera down a bit, so we can go into Lego clock. So what you want to start off with is you want to take the back heel and fold it down and around like so. Maybe a little bit up. Then you want to undo these parts like so. And rotate this on this hinge alone. Do the same thing on the other side. So on this hinge right here. Rotate it around. Then what you want to do is you want to come in here, and there are 2 tabs here on this side that are going to go into 2 slots over here. So you just want to take it and just tap these bad boys together. Then you want to make sure that this, let me get this out of the way, and the hand as well. Let's get this out of the way entirely. Seems more fitting, right? In order to show this off, but you basically just want to make sure that it folds down like that. Then what you want to do is you want to come in here and undo the tail, the half of the tail, because the other half is on this side. So let's do the other half. Come on, get your arm out of the way, Grimlock. I can't see and think and do anything. Then what you want to do is you want to rotate this around like so, and also tap this together like so. I think that gap is supposed to be normal. I'm pushing and pushing and I can't get the gap away. So we're going to leave the gap there. If you can get the gap away, get the gap away. But I don't seem to be able to do that. So next up, what you want to do is you want to rotate the camera up a bit. Undo the chest piece here like so and fold it down. And you actually do need to put the... Oh, no, don't rotate the chest. But you want to put these two together because these two things will create one big tab that this is going to hook around. So you basically want to take it and just make sure that you can get it rotate it backwards a bit so that you can kind of hook this around that tab like so. Wonderful. Oh, no. Don't undo yourself then. Rotate this down a bit more. Fold in the head like so. Rotate this down and does it not click in? It does not seem to tab in, so just rotate it down. And then what you want to do is you want to rotate these chest pieces to the front. Rotate the arms out of the way, but rotate these chest pieces to the front and make sure you can kind of get it around everything. Move the head out of the way, my apologies. Head was blocking it, so move the head up a bit more. Tap these two pieces together like so. Push the head down, push the head down. Rotate the legs so that you can get him in a bit more of a standing position. And here we seem to be having Lord Grimlock in his Dino Mode. So here we have the king himself in his Dinobot mode. And my goodness, Grimlock, you are looking very, very good. Oh, I even love the weedy little arms that he has. Big Autobot symbol here. Let's get into the details immediately because you get the nice blue eye poking out on either side if you grab a part separator or you just put your finger in there. But to be honest, I don't want to put my finger in Grimlock's mouth. You can open up his mouth and that was not what I wanted to do. And if you look in here, I hope you can see that. Yes, you can. There's a post in there for blast effects if you want him to have fire breath and be like, if you really want to, Godzilla, which is apparently what Hasbro is doing. So, sure, why not? Wouldn't have thought of a better way to do Godzilla anyway. You got the nice gold neck around here. You got the nice Autobot symbol. You got the nice red here on the side, the weedy little arms. The nice gold down here. You got the nice big feet with the articulated things. You got the big tail with the colors on the back, and that is about it. So let's move into the accessories that he comes with. His gun can store on his leg if you want to do that. His sword that came with Swoop can store on the other side of his leg, which is a nice snug fit, which goes to show that it is meant for him. Because when I did it with Swoop, this thing kept falling off. And here we have Wheelie, which you can then post. You got two posts here on his neck that are sticking out. They're gonna go in the bottom feet down here for Wheelie. So basically you want to take it and basically just tab it around, just make it, hug it, push it in. And there you go, Wheelie is riding Grimlock like he did in the movie. I get why they included him, but I still do not like it, okay? I would have rather just had his sword instead of that Wheelie. So let's get these weapons at least off of him, because he looks ridiculous with them. And let's get this thing off of him as well, because I don't like it. And it's useless, because they released the core class figure. And it has no articulation at all. So that we can get into that next segment called the size comparison. So let's get the boys in, shall we? The boys! Here they are, the whole team, because Grimlock does need someone to lead, doesn't he? And man, they do look good together. Hasbro really didn't spend any expense on making these things look really cool together. Here's at the moment, the only leader of the Autobots that I own. And here we have Ratchet and Wheeljack. I will do a separate thing with Grimlock and 86 Optimus Prime if I own him. Otherwise, after this, also, here's the Wheelie. But after this, I'm gonna immediately go into the reverse transformation. But this is what they look like together, so let's get everyone out of the way. And for the next size comparison, which was recorded a while after recording the original Grimlock review, here he is with Commander Class Optimus Prime, who I didn't own when I recorded the main review of this guy. So that's what he looks like with Commander Class Optimus Prime. Very much bigger and sadly enough cannot fit into the trailer. Let's pull him in closer here and then let's go into that reverse transformation. So let's transform Grimlock back into robot modes. What you want to start off with is you want to split open the chest. Don't forget your part separator, boys. Also untap the head, but rotate it around and just push it to the back and out of the way. Then you can lift up the head like so. Afterwards, gonna go a little bit lower on this one because you want to untap this chest piece here from in here. Rotate it up and just push it in and tap it together like so. Get these arms out of the way so we can get into the legs, which is where a lot of the transformation is stored. So, you want to undo these two pieces and rotate them off to the side. Then you want to take this and hinge it back and then hinge it in on the double hinge. Like so that you fill that up. Then what you want to do is you want to take the legs and rotate them all the way around. And then there's a little tab here on the legs that are supposed to clip around there. So you just want to take it and just push it in. It's a very soft thing, and I don't really think it actually works all that well. Nope. Then you want to flip out the heels as well. Then you want to come to the back here and rotate this all the way in. Rotate this in. Make sure that it is collided with this thing. So there you go. Legs are done. Fantastic. We're almost already done. My goodness, that was fast. So what you want to do with this piece here is there's a tab under here that goes into that slot right there. You want to extend the head as well and just tab that in. Push these things to the back, because now we're here for the finishing touch, which is you take the hand and you pull it out. Like so. Same thing on the other side. So just rotate the hand around. There you go. And when all's said and done and dunning and setting, here we have Grimlock in his robot mode. So my final thoughts on Grimlock, what I think of him, I think he is absolutely superb. Absolutely fantastic. There's nothing else to say. There you go. Look, it's Grimlock. It's very difficult to do Grimlock wrong. Also, you can do whatever you want with these hands. If you can just fold them away like this. But yeah, fold them away any which way you want. I just like to get them out of sight and out of mind. Kind of like that. But overall, I think Grimlock is a really, really good figure. Just like all the other Dinobots are outside of Sludge, who I have my personal issues with. But I will say this, I could have gone without the wheelie figure and instead have given him the sword instead of packaging it in with Swoop. I could have gone for that better because he looks very, very good with his sword. However, if we could have gotten the sword and the crown instead of Wheelie, I would have much, much preferred that instead of having to buy the comic book edition in order to get a crown for Grimlock. So my Grimlock will be crownless for the rest of his life because no, not buying that figure. But overall, yes, it is a really, really good figure. So that has been my review of Transformers Studio Series 86 number 6. Leader Class Dinobot Grimlock with his best pal in the whole wide world, Wheelie. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!